So it's been 5 days since I've been here to the ranch, but welcome to Renovating the Ranch, week 3. So I've been gone for 5 days, mostly due to other scheduling things, but also I have a chronic joint problem and my wrists have been super swollen with my carpal tunnel, and it's been hard to use my hands, as well as swollen elbow joints. So that kind of nixed the digging. But they're getting better, so I figured I would come out today, and instead of digging up hardware cloth today, my lily bulbs came in. So I'm going to plant up my lily bulbs in this 4x4 foot bed. So it's so funny because I'm still clearly not used to having this space, because when they came in, I was thinking, gosh, where am I going to put them? I was like, I have one lily bulb crate and I have 75 bulbs. I can only fit 20 in a crate. So what am I going to do with the others? And I was surveying my own property, trying to figure out where I was going to put these lilies. And then it occurred to me, duh, you were planning on growing them in crates in the greenhouse on the ranch. Okay, so I still only have one crate, but then I remembered this 4x4 foot bed, which I plan to use for tulips coming in the fall, but this is the perfect time to put the lilies in there. Now, I have no idea how long that soil has been in there. It probably doesn't have any nutrition left in it. So I did bring 2 bags of really good soil, which have, let's see, what does it have in there? Mycorrhizal fungi, bat guano, a little bit of worm castings, etc. So that will add a whole lot of nutrition to this bed. And because I don't have the hose link set up yet, I ended up buying another watering can because I'll have to water them from that can. But it is plenty warm in here. They are going to do great. The only potential thing that might slow them down is that at this time of year, or when you're growing lilies, they really want about 14 hours of light. So we are at about the 11 hours a day of sunlight mark. So they might be a little slow to start, but we'll see. I mean, it's an experiment. This is my first time growing lilies, and yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. If nothing else, I'll get a handful of them. I mean, like I said, it's an experiment, and if it fails completely, then I have some good ideas of how it failed, but cold temperatures will not be one of them. So we are now at the point where, like last night, our low was 37. We are getting up into the 50s, upper 50s in the daytime, but here on the ranch, there is no shade. So this greenhouse, even though I have some broken panes of glass, this greenhouse right now feels like it's 75, almost 80 degrees. So I think the lilies will do great out here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the process of this, is that I'm going to lay out this tarp because I need to remove a bunch of the soil that's in here. And I'm going to put it on this tarp, and then I'm going to dump, before I dump new soil, then I'm going to lay out as many lilies as I can, and then I will put the new soil on top of them and probably mix in some of the old soil as well. The thing about lilies is that they don't grow many roots below the bulb. What they do is they grow roots along the stem as it grows up. So you want to plant lilies very deep. That's why if you're going to do it in crates, you need a lily crate, which is 9 inches deep, as opposed to a tulip crate, which is 7 inches deep. So this is 12 inches deep. So I think this will work great. You can't put them super close together, but so like in a crate, you can fit about 20 lily bulbs. And so I'll be using that same spacing here. So I think I might be able to fit all 75 in here. If not, I still have this crate that I can use. So we'll see how it goes. So yes, that would have been a lot faster with a wheelbarrow. We currently only have one vehicle because our Audi got crushed by a California live oak back in December. And so the Tesla I can't fit everything plus a wheelbarrow in there. So I just had to do it by hand. No big deal. Anyway, this soil is really crappy, very rocky. I don't think there's any nutrition in it at all. So it will be fine mixed in with this compost because the compost has lots of other organic stuff in it and is really rich and healthy. So what I'm going to do now is lay down a small layer of this bagged soil on top of this crappy soil. And then I will place all the lily bulbs. While I'm doing that, I will try to talk about, or at least name, the 3 varieties I'm planting, and then I can put pictures up on the screen for you. And then I'll cover them with the soil that I have left. I'll probably have to come back out here with more soil to really top it up, but it's a good start. You can see the difference in color, how deep and black this compost is. And like I said, lily bulbs don't produce very many roots out the bottom. It is up the stems. So we want a little bit of nutrition down below, but the majority of the nutrition needs to be along the stem length. Okay. So now I'm going to get my bulbs. First variety I have is Red Rock. I'm not going to be able to do this with my gloves on. This morning, slicing up cardboard to bring out here, I got a nasty cardboard cut on my finger. Why do paper cuts hurt so much? Okay, so when you get bulbs from the supplier, they come like this. They're packed in peat moss, and they've previously been frozen. So you're gonna wanna take them into some place, a little bit warm, let them thaw, but don't leave them in the bags for very long. You wanna plant them right away because they're in there in moist peat moss, they will rot. So we're gonna plant them pointy side up, roots down. And I'm so we're not planting them as close as tulips get planted. I'm probably giving them about 3 to 4 inches, more like 4 to 5 apart. Okay, and some growers who grow these in a greenhouse will grow either in the ground or in crates. What I'm doing here is kind of the equivalent of growing in a crate. Excuse me, it's dusty in here because it's in a container. So some growers will use drip irrigation on them, run T-tape across the top of the plants. I would do that, except I don't have my drip system set up yet, so I'm just going to be hand watering. And when they're just bulbs like this, before they really start coming up, they don't really need that much. Because you don't want to rot out the bulb, but the bigger the plants get, the more water they're going to need. So that's good because I will be out here daily. All right, so that was the first variety. And I probably could go a little bit closer, but I don't want to risk it since this is my first time growing these. This one's called Stratosphere. These are all size 14, 16 bulbs. You can get bulbs in different sizes. I think 10, 12 is the smallest size. 12, 14 is the next size up, 14, 16, and then there's a 16, 18. 16, 18 is absolutely huge. You'd really only want to be growing those if you were doing some kind of event work where you wanted giant stems with tons and tons of flowers on them. So these 14, 16 are about the right size for growing. They will probably give me 4 or 5 flowers per bulb, which is great. If you're just growing them in your landscape at home, you could do the 10, 12 variety. They're definitely less expensive, but they just won't give you as many flowers. So I'm just going to finish this up, and then I'll show you how it looks afterwards. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to water these in with my watering can, and then I will take those other lilies home and put them in a crate. I need to go get more soil, and I probably will add another bag or 2 of soil to this too, just to really make it nice and deep. Ooh, I'm really liking this brand new watering can. This rose on the top is awesome. So that's it for planting lilies. If you were to do it in a crate, you would do it exactly the same way. Just like when I showed you tulip crate planting, you will line the crate with paper, mostly to keep the soil from coming out. Put like an inch or 2 of soil in the bottom, lay in your bulbs like we did in here, and then cover it all the way to the very top. And then just stick them in a warm, very bright place, and they'll start to grow. So that's it for today at the ranch. I will come back tomorrow and start doing more digging. And hopefully tomorrow too, I'll be talking with my rental neighbors and see if they can help me totally renovate the terraced beds into something completely different. So that's really exciting. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm heading home to do a bunch of transplanting and some more spring cleaning. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Back out at the ranch. I took yesterday off from a lot of things. I had a really bad migraine that was like a 36-hour deal, and finally went away late last night. So even though I'm a bit worn out, I am going to pot up or crate up the remaining lily bulbs, and then I'm going to dig out some of the hardware cloth before I need to head back home. We're still with just one vehicle, so I need to switch it with my husband because he's got some stuff to do in the city. So yeah, so I'm gonna get some work done here, and then I will be doing some spring cleaning in the cut flower garden when I get home. So I'll have a separate video about that. But anyway, so yeah, here we are. It's warm in here today. I think I'm definitely getting a taste of what it's going to be like in the summer. Woo! I need to get the electricity working in here so that I can vent all of these windows. That will definitely bring the temperature down a bit. So what I'm going to do is top up this bed, as I want to make sure these guys have the depth that they need. And then I'm going to plant the crate. I forgot to bring my knife, so I found this old bookmark in the car. It literally used to have a little thing that a decorative thing hanging off the end, but it's actually sharp enough that it will work to open the bags. So, all right. So I made a bit of a mistake the other day. When I emptied this out, what I should have done is drag the whole thing this way because I can't fit back there. And so it's going to make harvesting these lilies on that end hard. But so I will definitely do that before I put tulips in here for the fall. Move this bed a little bit this way so that I can have some movability. So, okay, so that's done. So over here for the crate, I'm going to line it with this kind of cardboardy stuff that I've got left over from some shipment that I received of some vases. And then I'll add the soil in, and then we'll just cover them up just like we did previously. Okay, so I'm not going to worry too much about the sides here. Well, maybe I'll put a little bit along the sides. I don't have to pack this crate because I think there's only 10 or 12 of them going in here, and I could normally fit about 20, so I'm not too concerned about this taking up soil space. So really the function of the cardboard here, just like if I was using newspaper, is just to keep some of the soil from falling out the sides every time you water. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little layer of soil in here. Okay, so this bag is super heavy because it got wet. The soil got wet. So I'm actually gonna scoop it out, save my back a little bit. Scoop it out with my hands. Yesterday's workout and this morning's workout were lots and lots of squats, rack squats, etc. So I'm trying to be gentle on my back. Okay, that's a good bed to start with. I'll just place in the lilies. And this is the Siberia variety, the white ones. Okay. Nice big root systems on these already. Sometimes you'll get these out of the bags when they arrive from the bulb producer, and they'll already have sprouts on them, see, like that. That's okay. That just means they're viable. Okay, almost done. And see, I'm giving these guys a lot of space. So the only potential downside to have them having this much space is they might need some support once they start getting tall. A lot of times, if you're spacing them pretty close together, they will support themselves as they grow up. So that may not happen in this situation since they're spaced pretty far apart. But that's okay. I can always rig up a system of stakes and some twine to keep them upright until it's time to harvest. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cover them up. So the plan is to get the hose link installed this weekend so that I can just water with a hose and not have to do that by hand with the watering can. Not that I mind, but farming is all about efficiency, and that's not efficient. So basically you want to limit the amount of moves you have to make. So I'll have the hose link installed right here where the tap is. We'll put the hose link there and attach it so that that's a 82-foot hose. I'll be able to drag that pretty much everywhere right around this area and use that. I'll also have drip irrigation installed in all the planting beds, but I'll have a hose that I can use. So now I'm going to pick up where I left off and get some more of this hardware cloth removed. So I didn't get as much work done today as I had hoped, but that's okay because we got a lovely visit from the landowners and walked around and showed them some things, and they were super happy and supportive about what's happening here. Got the go-ahead to flatten this tier area somewhat, not completely because I do want a bit of a berm there for around the road, but use that soil that comes out of there over in that low-lying area to create a higher area there for growing as well. So additional growing space, which I didn't know that I was going to have, and a safer growing space because the tiers, I was going to have to be real careful, especially when the plants got real high. So that's exciting. So I'll be back out tomorrow with Mike and the kids. We'll get a lot more done because they're stronger than me and faster than me. So I'll be looking forward to getting a bunch of more of this hardware cloth removed. And so now I'm going to go home, have some lunch, and trade off the car because Mike needs it to take the kids into the city. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. It's Sunday. We are out at the ranch, and I forgot my microphone. Anyway, just doing a little bit of work. Dylan back there is digging a hole so we can cement in the post for the hose link. And Mike and Aiden are back here removing stumps, etc. We are going to build a table for the greenhouse at home this afternoon. That wood is there. Right now I'm going to sort through the wood that we have here and see if we have enough here to build 2 greenhouse tables from the wood that I scrapped, because that would save us some cash. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. What you doing over here, Dylan?
Smacking things with an axe.
Is there an end goal?
I got most of the root ball out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For something that the rest.
Yeah, this was a very, very large shrub.
Yeah.
Oh, Aiden's gonna need help over there. That is a hard job right here. Oh boy, Aiden. That is intense. Here comes Dylan with the axe.
No, I didn't ask for any help.
You were going to ask for help when you need it.
Okay, well when you need it, Dylan can probably hack that into bits and it'd be easier to dig out.
Sure.
Maybe.
Well, at least...
Dylan, I'm asking for your help.
You're asking for help? I don't think you can get through it.
Yeah, step back a little bit.
If nothing else, you're getting some serious exercise out here today.
No, I think I'm just getting back there.
Yo, what's behind me? I don't want to whack in
No.
the face.
Aiden, that was funny. I'm getting some serious exercise out here today. No, I think I'm just getting back pain. This is just to get air bubbles out. Somebody hold the post.
Yeah, dude.
So that'll do it for the vlog for this week. I want to get this thing edited and up on YouTube as soon as possible so I can start the next one. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.